KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Finish Line Express is now open at Cars Plus in Mighty. The state-of-the-art car wash is now open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Another threat at Guam Memorial Hospital prompting suspended visitation. Was it a cyber attack by hospital hackers? I'm Matsuki Hirayama with a report.
The stage is set for the governor's State of the Island address from the island capital. We have a preview and we'll bring you live coverage, plus reaction from the Congress building.
There's a new top cop in town. I'm Tomas Manglonia speaking with the new commissioner of the Department of Public Safety in his first TV interview.
Hafidades and buenas noches. Bienvenido para KUAM News Primetime. Guahusi Nagdogaro.
Sa Guahusi Destiny Cruz. Si sos maasi puri manano mizu guini na programa.
Well, we here at KUAM are celebrating a major milestone, 69 years on the air as the first commercial broadcast station in Guam's history.
That's right. Today, we are happy to entertain an audience worldwide who, thanks to technology, can interact with us via digital and social platforms. Cheers to many more years to come of keeping you entertained and informed.
Now to the news. The defense of Guam against the missile threat from China figures prominently in the Defense Department's fiscal year 2024 budget request just released by the Biden administration.
The spending plan includes the largest ever request for Pacific deterrence and highlights the critical importance of Guam and the Marianas to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific. Nestor Lacanto has more.
In his introduction, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin makes it clear that China is the pacing challenge and that the budget is needed to sustain the U.S. military advantage over the PRC. Very early in his statement, he also outlined the need to invest in advanced capabilities, new operational concepts, and more resilient force posture in the Indo-Pacific, and specifically mentions, quote, groundbreaking posture initiatives in Guam and the Mariana Islands. Overall, DoD's FY24 budget request of $842 billion is an increase of $26 billion over FY23 and $100 billion more than FY22. Secretary Austin's statement also identifies $1.5 billion for Guam's missile defense system, which was confirmed in a separate press briefing by the Missile Defense Agency. Michelle Atkinson is the MDA's Director of Operations.
I spoke earlier of the hypersonic threat. This budget request continues development of a regional hypersonic glide phase defense capability to complement the deployed Aegis sea-based terminal capabilities. In conjunction with Indo-PACOM, the Army, and the Navy, we are continuing development efforts to improve the defense of Guam against the full spectrum of advanced missile threats.
The MDA wants to spend more than $800 million to develop and begin constructing the missile defense architecture for Guam, which Director Atkinson said includes development of radar for 360-degree coverage and precision missile tracking and hit assessment. The agency is also seeking $220 million for further development of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD, which provides a ballistic missile defense for Guam and South Korea. Nestor Lacanto, KUAM News.
Well, some good news for those needing to visit loved ones at the Guam Memorial Hospital. Visitation is now resumed.
But what prompted the suspension? Officials now coming forward saying there was a security threat to their network. Mitsuki Hirayama with the details.
Approximately March 2nd, our IT team determined that there was a credible threat to the network.
Multiple findings of unauthorized access to the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority's internal network led hospital officials to reach out to Homeland Security and the FBI. That's according to the hospital's legal counsel, Jeremiah Luther. He speaks with KUAM today about what they are calling suspected malicious behavior.
A flaw in the network security created a serious issue within our network that could have exposed almost every aspect of our network to an attack or to malware or ransomware or deletion or damage to the network as well.
This just months after the Tumuning facility beefed up security after a bomb threat forced a lockdown. JMH Public Information Officer Cindy Hansen.
They're actually training all the time. We have an agreement with the Department of Corrections. They include our team in their training and workshops and so forth. And then they conduct their own in-house all the time to make sure that they're ready for anything that happens. So this entirely different events. This was our cyber systems.
This time, the threat is to their cyber systems, an IT employee noticing a flaw in the network security, prompting the hospital to take the network offline, reinforce security, and prevent a potential cyber attack. As for whether a cyber attack already occurred, officials say,
regarding this network breach that you guys mentioned in your press release, so was it like a ransomware or malware attack?
No. It was not initially, no.
Okay. We can't talk much about that because there is an ongoing investigation with the FBI. Yeah. So there's going to be certain things we won't be able to talk about. Tell you.
As KUAM reported, at least one person was identified as a potential suspect. No word if charges will be filed against the unnamed person. Hospital officials, however, keeping mum on those specifics as the FBI is still investigating.
I wouldn't answer that. I'm so sorry.
Well, I can say that we have provided the FBI with information, and we're going to let that regarding individuals that we suspect. But if we, whomever that person is entitled to the benefit of an investigation.
But he assures no patient, employee, or financial records have been compromised. And as a security measure, the hospital changed all their firewalls and will have Homeland Security check what other areas need to be enhanced.
Once we have the system back up and 100% operable, Department of Homeland Security is going to come back and do another assessment, specifically looking for areas where we can beef up so that this never happens again.
Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
A foster parent is arrested after being accused of sexually molesting a boy recently placed in his care. 32-year-old Ryan Cruz is charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct and 3 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. A worker with Child Protective Services reported the allegations to the Guam Police Department. Officers responding to it on March 1st. The 12-year-old boy, who was placed in the defendant's foster care back on February 13th of this year, allegedly told police he woke up every day for 10 days to find Cruz sexually molesting him. Court documents state a separate alleged incident occurred inside a car when the suspect asked the child if they could shower together. Prosecutors note Cruz faces a max of life in prison. We should note court records show Cruz was arrested last August on similar charges for allegedly molesting a separate little boy when the child was only 4 or 5 years old.
A convicted burglar and thief is back in prison after being accused of sexually molesting a girl known to him. 32-year-old Robert Charfris Jr. is charged with 3 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. Court documents state the girl, now 16, reported the allegations to Guam police on Monday. She alleged Charfris molested her multiple times when she was between 4th and 8th grade. He also allegedly forced her to watch pornography. Prosecutors note Charfris faces a maximum of 75 years in prison.
Well, the governor of Guam set to go front and center before the entire island to deliver her annual address. She gave KUAM the preview, saying the state of the island is good.
KUAM will bring you the live coverage immediately following our Wednesday primetime newscast. It's the first State of the Island address Governor Lou Leon Guerrero will make since securing a second term in office. KUAM goes inside the Guam Congress building today for a closer look at the preparations.
Security is going to be tight, and we saw that right away while trying to catch Governor Lou Leon Guerrero during her 2023 State of the Island rehearsal inside the Guam Congress Building Session Hall this morning.
We're not going to record or anything like that. We're not going to record anything like that. They're just going over the logistics.
Okay, so they don't want us to record?
No, they're going over the logistics of the state function, their address.
Okay. The governor ironing out her annual speech inside. Preparation that led to government officials blocking cameras from capturing it inside the People's House.
I know that you cited logistics, but is there any other reason that they want us to record? Because it is a public event tomorrow.
Yes, but they're going over there to just fix up the that.
While they work that out inside the session hall, strengthening the island's economic recovery, the creation of new jobs, and the challenges we face as a community are just a few of the talking points Governor Leon Guerrero is expected to highlight. Here she is speaking with KUAM about her address just last week.
The state of the island today, I think the state of the island today is good. You go out there, they are really, they come to me, they thank me for what I've done, and it showed. I got reelected by a major margin, and that is a message from the people of Guam as their appreciation.
Now it's her turn to deliver her message to the people. The event gathering high-profile Gov Guam, federal, and military officials into one room. Joseph San Augustine is the acting executive director of the Guam legislature.
We've met with executive security, we've met with the Guam Police Department. We will have security posted up at all the primary entrances in the building.
And for anyone driving by the Hagåtña area,
we will have a temporary road closure of just our lots, beginning at about, I think it's about 3:30 p.m. So any individuals who are coming down who normally utilize the Guam Congress building for like Wednesday night market, they're going to have to find alternative parking means, but it's just for the day.
Seating inside the session hall and public hearing room is by invitation only. The governor is set to begin her State of the Island address at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
We're going to take a quick break, but we have more news in a moment.
Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
KUAM, celebrating 69 years on Guam.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
Everybody feel it come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Every feel it come around with round. Everybody feel it come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. Everybody feel it come around with everybody in the pop. Everybody in the pop. Everybody in the pop. Everybody in the park. Everybody in the park. Everybody round.
We knew it was time to make these when we started asking things like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to get a warm cinnamon roll right now? And why can't this kind of muffin come from the same place as a McMuffin? And isn't your coffee lonely without company from a glazed apple fritter? Well, consider these our 3 resounding yeses. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to Prime Time. More people are using public transportation now that the COVID-19 pandemic has eased up.
The increase in riders comes as the Guam Regional Transit Authority get 10 new buses added to its fleet. Julian Hernandez has the story.
As COVID-19 cases started to wind down, ridership of the Guam Regional Transit Authority buses and vans have reportedly doubled. That's according to GRTA Executive Director Richard Ibanez.
4,000 to 5,000. Now we have 8,000. And then paratransit was probably about 3,000. Now we're up to almost 5,000. So it shows that people utilize our transit system.
In response, the company used $1.6 million from the Federal Transit Administration funds to buy 10 more buses. Ibanez says the increase to its fleet would allow more efficient scheduling and pickups, as well as their supervisors being equipped to pick up passengers from their fixed and paratransit routes. He adds the new buses are also compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Despite the increase in ridership, Ibanez admits there is still a high number of those in the community that do not use public transportation, citing the stigma around it.
If you take the transit system, you don't have a car, but we want to let the public know that using the transit system can alleviate traffic, save you some gas, and of course, when people want to get back on their feet because they, lost their job during the pandemic and they don't have a vehicle, we have a public transit system that goes, we have buses that are going around the island with our bus stops in areas where they can get picked up.
GRTA and its board members are working on a marketing strategy in hopes to entice more residents to use the public transit system. The agency also plans on using more federal funding to build a new park and ride hub and bus facility in Dededo and Jigo, with plans to have 6 more buses and 5 10-passenger vans, all ADA compliant through the Accelerated Innovative Mobility Program. No word yet how soon all that could become a reality. Julianne Hernandez, KUAM News.
Thanks, Julianne. Well, the Northern Mariana Islands' new police chief says his focus will be on training after a gubernatorial transition report found rampant retaliation and political discrimination under the previous administration.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia reports.
There's a new top cop in town.
Yes, there's challenges, but we got to face those challenges and issues as opportunities. Yeah, so we can get the department back on track, because people deserve the services critical services that we provide.
But Clement Bermudez isn't new to the beat. He first started his career at the CNMI Department of Public Safety in the 1990s, then went on to join the military, eventually retiring, and resumed work at the Northern Marianas College, running its criminal justice program, and as the Dean of Academic Programs and Services. After being appointed by the Palacios Apatang administration as commissioner of DPS, he now inherits its problems. The 2022 gubernatorial transition report highlights some major issues, most during the past 8 years under former Commissioner Robert Guerrero. The report says there was retaliation. Cops outside of the inner circle who criticized or complained were reassigned to undesirable locations or jobs, or even transferred to another agency. There was also alleged political discrimination. Some officers were expected to attend political events according to the report. And the transition team also pointing out training deficiencies. They say that at nearly every level, there was a need for professional development.
One of the initiatives is to ensure that we continue training. We must always train, right? Case laws, courts decide different things, and we must adjust and adjust the way we operate, and we do that through training. And we have to build on that and sustain it, because that is how we maintain competence and increase the knowledge and really the competence of officers that will make this a career.
KUAM asked the new police chief what his dynamic will be with the current administration, given past criticism of the former commissioner essentially serving as a personal security detail to former Governor Ralph Torres.
I'm here to ensure that I lead the department in the right direction, because the people are expecting something better than it is. So whatever happened in the past, all I do is I look forward, and the transparency and the trust that we need to give the people the Commonwealth.
The Senate has yet to schedule his confirmation hearing. Tomas Manglotnia, KUAM News, Saipan.
A bill to bring back the days when you could buy fireworks at the store went up for public hearing today.
The measure by freshman Senator Dwayne Nicholas would once again legalize consumer-grade fireworks. He says it will promote family bonding during holiday celebrations and create business opportunities for retailers to sell what he remembers was once very popular.
Ever since I was 12 years old,
they made fireworks illegal. And up until then, my dad would take me down to Acme, just like many other dads of that generation would take them down and get fireworks, get bottle rockets, smoke bombs, trick gum. Acme was one of the best places on the island to have fun.
Fire Department Acting Chief Joey Nicholas says GFD is neutral on the bill, but because of safety concerns, there needs to be strict regulations for retailers and consumers.
However, GFD will enforce the laws passed by this legislature and signed by the governor of Guam. But we must be afforded an opportunity to research and maybe implement new fees and fines as part of our overall fees and fines update with a comprehensive program to regulate the sale and the use of consumer-grade fireworks.
Retailers would have to be licensed and receive training from the fire department, and children under the age of 18 would be prohibited from having or igniting consumer fireworks.
Well, in other news, CNMI Governor Arnold Palacios appoints Simon Sanchez to the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation Board. Sanchez, a longtime Guam Consolidated Commission on Utilities member, says he is honored to be selected. His appointment fulfills the Commonwealth's requirement that a member of the CUC board should be from off-island with utility management experience.
You need more than one way to power a boat. The boats of the CNMI and Guam have more than one way to provide energy. And then, of course, we want to look at the distribution system.
Sanchez's appointment still requires CNMI Senate confirmation.
All right, and now for a look at your world at home. Here is a view of roaring waves hitting the shoreline at Marine Beach in Cagman on Saipan.
A view and more music that you can listen to anytime with this QR code on Isla Digital Radio.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Jason Salas here, and Miss Ina Lee is joining me right now. She is with the Korean Bowling Association of Guam. And Miss Ina, very good to see you.
Half a day, mess tomorrow. Thank you so
Biba
much.
mess tomorrow.
Biba mess tomorrow.
So good to see. And I know the Korean Bowling Association, you guys have such a good time, hitting the lanes, having fun, but you are probably the most well-known in our tightly knit island community for the amazing community service works that you do. So we're gonna talk about two such activities that you've done recently.
Yes, Korean Bowling Association has been recognized as 30 years, over 30 years. We go to Korea for overseas challenge representing Guam. We put our Guam flag on our t-shirt. We do representing challenging with other overseas Korean bowlers in Korea. We had over 52 medals representing Guam, and we thought we were going to do something for our community back. So we've been doing our Guma Tranquilidad in 2 months for hair cutting for over every 2 months haircut, and we do their service. Just we're not a professional, but we do nail cutting and toe cutting and do some hand massages. And we go there for Mother's Day and Thanksgiving and Christmas.
To take care of the elderly.
Yes, I feel the senators join us to support and welcome and greeting for their elderlies. And then most recently, we did it yesterday that we did bus stop cleaning. We have a bus stop adopted in Tumining. I'm sorry, it's in Harmon that we
right
do
around the corner from us.
Yeah, right in the corner next to 7-Day supermarket in that road. We pick up mostly like 4 to 5 bags of trash every month, and we do the bush cutting. And our member feel confident that we want to do something for our community back. I know a lot of people do their own other way of doing a community services, but we want to continue to take care of the bus stop so that our students, the little kids, can enjoy staying there for bus stop. And then secondly, if they're homeless and anybody who wants to go take a rest, I want them to rest. So we do some painting, bush cutting, and we do trash picked up every 2 months.
So it's in a safe, a clean, and an uplifting environment that you're creating.
Yes, I wanted the student to be safe, feel safe, then clean, that they can sit there until the bus comes Sunday.
Perfect. So go to church and then play some good golf and hang out with some really, really good people who truly care about our community. Ina Lee with the Korean Bowling Association of Guam. Ina, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much for your updates and your tremendous information sharing with our community is really updated, and thank you for it.
I've got the easy part. I interview awesome people like you, so we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Mizuru tweets, confession, I really like Jack in the Box Tiny Tacos. My crunchy tiny tacos with creamy avocado lime sauce? There's a lot to like. I have a confession too. One time, I've been advised to stop talking. Tiny tacos, get them regular or loaded.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Are you up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines and boosters? Getting a COVID-19 vaccine, even after you've recovered from a COVID infection, provides added protection against the virus and protects you from getting seriously ill and being hospitalized. The CDC recommends that all eligible persons stay up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines and boosters per their recommendations. Get the booster for protection. Remember, prevention saves lives.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by J. Goodman, a happiness company.
Half a day, everyone. My name is Inherito Acalvo, a senior of George Washington High School and a Giving Tuesday Spark Ambassador, here to bring you the second rendition of our Giving Tuesday Guam segments. Today, we have Devin Santos, a senior of Guam High School, to talk a little bit more about the positive impacts fine arts programs are making around the island. So, here's Devin with his segment.
Buenas and Hapade. I'm Devin Santos, a KUAM Giving Tuesday Spark Ambassador from Guam High School. Today, I'm going to be showing you how having a fine arts program is very beneficial to a student's life and education. Come check it out!
GATE VPA, a program ran by the Department of Education, stands for Gifted and Talented Education, Visual, and Performing Arts. Through this program, they strive to bring opportunities for enrichment in academics, as well as visual and performing arts. We go to director Ernest Ochoco for more.
I've been in theater for a very long time, longer than I care to admit, 36 years. And I started off when I was a little boy. I was just 4 years old when I did my very first debut performance, and it was in PBS TV. And I sang Angels We Have Heard on High. And I was very, very upset because I wanted to be an angel, and they told me that only girls could be angels. And then from then on, I had a hunger to be everything on stage.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Now, my first question for you is, why do you do what you do? It's definitely a lot of sacrifice on your part.
You know, there's a lot of reasons why people do what they do. And some of it is altruistic, and some of it is because it feeds something in them that they need to have. I think I do it for different reasons. Number one, I think that it's important for us to share our knowledge and to share our passion with people, and hopefully inspire people to become more than what they think they can be, and to discover things about themselves that they never thought existed. And the second is because it's fun. I have fun when I do it.
All right, my next question for you is, what kind of role do you think theater plays in a high schooler's education life, and how does it benefit them in the real world?
The fine arts, not just theater, teaches you about your humanity. There's something called IQ and EQ. Of course, the emotional intelligence, right, is what the theater and fine arts really teaches us to explore. And I think without the arts, I think we lose an essential part of our humanity. And what's the use of living, you know, like a robot, right, in this life, just with your IQ? You can't do that. You've got to have your EQ. You've got to have the whole person, and I think that's one of the most important things that we need to teach people through the fine arts, is to find their humanity.
Thank you again so much, Mr. Ochoco. The musical Little Shop of Horrors is proudly administered and supported by the Guam Department of Education's Federal Programs Division, and partially funded by the U.S. Department of Education's Consolidated Grant to Outlying Areas. Through programs like these, students are able to enjoy an array of fine arts curriculums. Let's go to some of the cast members for more. Today we have Amanda, Rena, and Jose. Would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Amanda Metzger. I'm a senior at Harvest Christian Academy, and I play Audrey in our production of Little Shop of Horrors.
Hi, my name is Rena Sotomil. I'm a freshman at Guam High, and I play Crystal in our production.
Hi, I'm Jose Valdez, and I'm a junior at Guam High School, and I play Seymour.
Alright, my first question for you is, what do you think the importance of theater arts is to education?
I think the theater is very important in instilling a lot of emotional connections that we as humans need to survive. You know, school does a really good job of teaching you, like, about how to crunch numbers, how to solve an equation, which, you know, they're also very necessary skills that we need to survive. You know, life is about more than just numbers and statistics, and I think that theater is like a really key example of that.
In education, I think that the performance arts are really important because they really teach students like confidence, and like if you can perform in front of like an audience, then it feels like you can do anything.
My next question for you is, how has this outlet of theater been able to help you within your day-to-day life?
We've learned a lot of like key values, just being part of these productions, like teamwork, hard work, the meaning of hard work and diligence, commitment. You know, it's a lot of work to be in these shows.
Something positive that has also happened to me is like getting to know people, like people that I like don't think I would ever talk to, and then I've just like had those relationships that I know that are gonna last a lifetime.
Thank you. Can you tell me a little something about your play and what the audience can expect?
You can expect a whole lot of fun, some really fun songs, a lot of comedy, also maybe a little bit of blood, but nothing too scary. All ages are welcome.
So make sure you come watch us on April 20 to 23.
And you can find tickets on eventbrite.com, FD, and Elevences at the mall or Tumunim.
See you there!
Alpha Day, my name is Cara de la Cruz and I play Audrey.
Hi, my name is Atua Salas and I play Seymour.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to
watch the show April 20 to 23.
Bye!
Wow. Thank you so much, Devin. I hope you were all able to find out a little bit more about the fine arts programs around the island, as well as shed some light on what is coming in the following months. Once again, my name is Inheritoa Calvo. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Jay Goodman, a happiness company.
Great job to our Spark leaders once again.
I think we should audition. Feed me, Seymour.
The musical. We love it. All right, well, Biba cumpleaños.
Biba, time to check out your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-outs submitted on KUAM.com.
The 14th of March is a very special day for at least 2 members of our island community, and we are featuring them today as our happy birthday recipients, starting with Lyric Divine McGill. May you have all the joy your heart can hold with all the smiles a day can bring. Perfect shout out. Good job. Very, very poetic. All the blessings of life can unfold and the best of everything. Happy birthday, and we love you, precious. Say a very proud Grammy Papa Joe and the entire family. Happy birthday to Lyric. And equally happy birthday to Trinidad, wishing my little girl a happy birthday number 5. This comes from Papa, Mom, Isaiah, Kaylee, Kobe, Jasmine, Gavin, and Octavia, and all the kids on Babauta Road. All of them. And that's a lot of them. They all say, happy birthday!
And speaking of celebrations again, happy 69 years to KUAM being on the air today.
Viva, viva, viva.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be a part of it as we head into decade number 7. Estigwi Eats and Mizu Primetime Show, si Zeus Maasi put in an ega Guahusi Nagdogaro.
Sa Guahusi Destiny Cruise, Nafan Safu Hamzuza Gosa, Iponi.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought.
Well, hey, nice to see you over there. Man, is it 11 o'clock already? It must be, because we are KUAM, and if we are coming to you now live on YouTube and on Facebook, that means it's time for the Hotspot, where we show you everything that's happening about Guam, make you really, really proud and happy to live on this wonderful island of ours and be part of our amazing island community. Let us take a look in the menu of what we have on the show today. Because it is Tuesday, it's Health, Home, and Lifestyle, and in weekly renewal, our dear friend Claire Calvo has details to the upcoming Kick the Fat Run. It is the largest 5K on the island. I know a bunch of people that are already registered, and we are going to tell you all about it with Claire. In Health Check, we find a simple prescription for those who sit for long periods of time at work. Software developer here and everything. I know all about that, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that story. And we are going to chat with Liz and Gina for House to Home. Who's afraid of the big bad mortgage? You should not be, and we're going to tell you why. That is coming up. All right, but I want to get to the story about long sitting periods, because for Health Check, if part of your plan for the new year has been to get up, to move around, to increase your heart rate, to increase the blood flow, we have some tips for you right now for Health Check about why, if you were that person who is a little bit more on the sedentary side and you sit a lot at work, how you can actually combat that and get some movement. Here we go.
Health Check is presented to you by the Medical City.
On the path to a healthier life.
So how hard does this exercise feel for you?
New research shows some quick strolls throughout the day can go a long way. Scientists have known for years that spending too much time sitting can increase the risk for heart disease, diabetes, even some forms of cancer.
More cognitive tests?
But Dr. Keith Diaz at Columbia University Irving Medical Center says his new research is revealing a simple solution.
We found a 5-minute light walk every half hour offset many of the harms from sitting.
The study adds to growing evidence that breaking up prolonged sitting is necessary, even if someone exercises on a daily basis.
Why did you decide to even get involved with this study?
Because I had a major change of life. I retired.
Stephen Solomon says without the daily commute to the office or the activities after work, he found himself just sitting around a lot more.
So I have to kind of self-manage this, but in order to do this, you need to know what's helpful.
Researchers say you don't need to do anything too rigorous. Just a slow walk like that can make a surprising difference.
Taking a walking break every half hour and walking for 5 minutes reduced the blood sugar spike by 60%. Those are levels that are similar to what you'd see if someone were using insulin injections or diabetic medications to control blood sugar.
But the team recognizes that may not work for everyone, which is where their current research comes in.
I think the goal is for people to say, okay, based off of my lifestyle, based off of the work that I do, this is a strategy that I need to use.
Not a magic pill, but maybe a more helpful prescription to put many of us back on the right track. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
All right, fitness enthusiasts and Guamanians who just want to get out and have some fun, Saturday is going to be a very big day. By the way, Saturday, St. Baldrick's, we're coming back, and that is later on in the day, starting from 10 to 1 at GPO. But earlier in that day, as Claire Calvo now tells us in Weekly Renewal, there is the Kick the Fat event. Registration was last weekend, and this year proves to be the biggest and best of them all.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo bringing you your Weekly Renewal. Today, I'm here with the president of the Pay Less Community Foundation, Marie Benito. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you for having me.
So we're all excited. This is it's been 2 years since Kick the Fat, or this will be the third, that Kick the Fat is now back live rather than virtual.
Our last live event was in 2020, so we had the last 2 years virtual, and we are so excited to start again with our live Kick the Fat 5K, 10K, and it will be on March 18th.
March 18th, okay. When was the first Kick the Fat?
Oh gosh, this is the 27th year of Kick the Fat.
So that'd be 96, right?
You
Somewhere
do the
around
math.
there.
Yeah,
The 20th century.
Yeah. We've had, initially was to promote some non-fat items, our craft distributor, and now we've grown to become health-oriented, fitness-oriented, and trying to meet our mission of building the quality of life for residents of Guam.
And you have done an exceptional job.
Thank
but it's
you.
interesting you say that about cutting out the fat, because look how much over the span of 27 years, it's not even so much about, in fact, there's healthy fats that we're supposed to be taking in, right, for our brain health and all of that. So it's incredible, but I guess it still makes sense because overall, especially these past few years during the pandemic, how it has shown that shedding that a lot better off.
Right. So our focus mainly is just to provide healthy outlet for residents of Guam through our 5K, 10K, but also we want to give back to the community through our Kick the Fat grant funding. Our mini grant fund will benefit this year 5 nonprofit organizations. We have Guam Baseball Academy, Guam Football Association, Guam Hospital Volunteers Association, Total Guam, and Varo.
Awesome. That's nice. You have a wide range, and I like the fact that there's 2 in there. With my son playing soccer and, a few of the other kids, it's great to know that it's also going back for the kids' sports.
Oh yes, we've got. We're excited. Our event has kicked off with early registration. We begin open registration on January 23rd through March 11. March 11 late registration. That will be packet pickup day, and we just encourage our community to come out and join us for an exciting event, exciting morning.
Yeah. So the Kick the Fat, the 5K, it's going to be a 5K and a 10K, or just a 5K?
We have both a 5K and a 10K. So the 10K will start at 5:45, and 15 minutes later we'll begin the 10K begins at 5:45 and the 5K at 6 o'clock.
And then afterwards, will there still be the health fair?
We'll have refreshments, we'll have door prizes, but our health fair will actually take place at the packet pickup on March 11, the week before.
Okay.
So traditionally you'd see tents set up and the whole health fair on the day of the race. We're going to go ahead and push it forward 1 week, and we're setting up at the Tizan.
Okay.
Guam basketball, national basketball.
So it'll be indoors for the...
It'll be indoors, and that'll be the last day to register.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to it. And thank you all. We'll see you next time.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
All right, really, really wonderful connection there. Claire and Marie doing amazing work. By the way, I know you guys remember this. Marie Benito, a very, very proud member, an Olympian that competed in the 1996 Games of the Olympiad in Athens, Georgia. That's when Dream Team 2 played. I remember I was watching that and I was super, super proud to see a fellow Guamanian compete at the highest level. Okay, I'm gonna stretch for a little bit, so just indulge me for a moment. Remember, because I told you, St. Baldrick's is coming back this Saturday and we wanna see you there. We've been running the commercials, we've been putting the video on Instagram. We will be there from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon because we will be shaving our heads. I'm getting mine done Thursday right here on the show. But more importantly, we are taking donations because we want to help as a community, as a family, as one island voice, conquer kids' cancer. So the St. Baldrick's Foundation is something that we here support at KUAM with all of our hearts, and all the members of the KUAM Care Force believe this so much. We want to raise money so that we can help cancer patients locally who are children who are going through the fight of their lives. We absolutely stand by you. So if you're watching this and you are affected, please come down to GPO. If you don't want to get your head shaved, I mean, it's not scary. You can do it. It's fun. You'll be part of this amazing community. You'll look fantastic, by the way. So come on down if you want to be part of that. But most importantly, if you can, please consider making a donation. You can also go right now on KUAM.com, and we put the link there if you would like to either register to be shaved or make a donation, because the money will go towards helping children with cancer. Also, our local beneficiary is, of course, the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. They're very, very generous, and they're helping local families through the fight of their lives. So also, we want to send a shout out to our friends at the GCC Cosmetology Program for being the shavers, as well as our friends in the Insurance Association of Guam. None of this could be possible, and especially GPO, without the help of all of these amazing partners who have been down since moment one. So it's going to be an amazing time, and we humbly ask that you come by and participate. St. Baldrick's, 10 to 1, GPO this Saturday. Thank you, everybody. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you what's happening all around the island. I told you that was a stretch. Remember? St. Baldrick. Thank you, Jacob. All right, News Bites is coming up after this.
Here with this experience today, I mean, top notch.
It helps you in the long run.
Make sure that you're always checking your health. It's not only yourself that you're checking yourself. Actually, you need to check each other, and then at the same time, if you have the right facility to go to, please go to the medical city.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app, and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
Mizuru tweets, confession, I really like Jack in the Box Tiny Tacos. My crunchy tiny tacos with creamy avocado lime sauce? There's a lot to like. I have a confession too. One time, I've been advised to stop talking. Tiny tacos, get them regular or loaded.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
All right, I want to send a special shout out to my friend of many, many years, Jacob Sablan, who is our technical director today, running the reins, and he is absolutely crushing the show. Shout out, Jake. Good job. He can hear me, right? There you go. Yes, of course. All right, we are now going to get to News Bites, which will bring you a roundabout look at much more pressing issues that are happening in our island community. First off, our friends at Atkins Kroll Incorporated, of course an Inchcape company, are celebrating 55 years of service in the CNMI. They held a groundbreaking ceremony for the AK Toyota Lexus showroom in Puerto Rico in Saipan. Very well done to our friends there at AK up north. All right, moving back to Guam, the Leon Guerrero administration announced the addition of 2 new buses to the fleet for the Guam Regional Transit Authority, bringing a total of 21 buses which are wheelchair compatible. The plans they are to improve public transportation service to the people of Guam. Outstanding news. So congratulations to our friends for getting that fleet on the road. The Port Authority of Guam down in PD held a groundbreaking ceremony for the waterline replacement and relocation project, part of the agency's program to modernize its operations. Not an easy thing to do. The port, of course, a massive operation, very, very big, lots of technology there. So congratulations to our friends for getting that up and running. Now, the Guam High Student Government Association, in honor of Miss Tomorrow, presents Tomorrow Fest. The event takes place on Saturday, the 18th. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on Saturday. We said Kick the Fat of St. Baldrick's, and now Tomorrow Fest. 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, open to the public, and will feature many vendors. It's a voluntary entrance fee, which goes to benefit earthquake relief programs in Syria and Turkey. So well done by these young Guamanians in taking part of our fellow members of mankind. You can also donate sanitary products, which will be donated to the island's homeless. So that stays right here on the island. Again, if you missed anything from News Bites, you can check out our Instagram story. Just go to instagram.com/KUM News. Give us a follow too. And you know what? Most importantly, make sure to follow KUM CNMI for all of Tomas Mangloni's reporting for everything that is happening up north in the NMI. All right, when we come back, I am talking to Liz Duenas and Gina Campos from Remax Diamond Realty Guam, and we are going to talk about everything you need to know about mortgages. They're not scary. And Liz and Gina are going to tell you why next.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Let's eat, y'all. Let's eat, y'all. Let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all. Take a seat, y'all. Time to feast, y'all. Then let's see what you can really do for me, y'all. Crab legs, duck eggs, bon appetit, y'all. And another round of drinks, can't even speak, though. Can't keep my eyes off this precious cheese, and I thought I saw a wink, was that for me, y'all? RSVP, are you gonna be there with me? RSVP,
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific.
It is time now for House to Home, where I sit down with two of my very, very dear friends, two amazing local women who have forgotten more about Guam real estate than most of us will ever know. By the way, they haven't forgotten a lot. They've still got all that institutional knowledge right up there. And today we are talking about understanding the true nature of the mortgage.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Tuesday means that we are talking about real estate, and more importantly, we are helping you make an informed decision. And is there any better kind than having the education, the experience, and quite honestly, the confidence to know that what you're doing is the right thing to do? And Liz and Gina are joining me from Remax Diamond Realty Guam as they help you to basically navigate these often treacherous waters of real estate. So ladies, hot the day. And Gina, you actually specifically picked today's topic because you are talking about we are talking about mortgages today, right? Ooh, the M word.
The M word. It's a great word. Shoots. Without mortgages, I do nothing.
It's okay. Perfect point by Gina. Like, the mortgages are not a bad word. They can be a little bit intimidating. I get it. They can be kind of psychologically scary, but do not give up mortgages for Lent.
Yeah. No. Gosh, why would you ever want to give up a mortgage when you can use someone else's money to buy a home, to enrich yourself, to invest? I mean, isn't that the ultimate, right? Is use someone else's money to do all this. And that's always been my goal. Shoots, I don't have much of my own, so I need a mortgage.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So when you actually secure a mortgage, that means you've been through the sequence of events that both of you have brilliantly educated us on for the past 9 years. We've been doing this segment about securing the money, proving to the bank that you are in fact trustworthy, that they can grant you that loan. You've worked with your realtor to identify the property, and now you actually have a contract between you and your lender to say that, you know, in order to own this property or live in it at the very least, you are the owner of this mortgage, typically for 30 years. But not all mortgage deals are the same, right, Gina? And you can actually get a very, very fortuitous deal out of this.
They're not all the same. The requirements are not all the same. And that's what Liz and I are trying to do, is educate the public. So, to understand the concept that the mortgage lenders, number one, aren't the same. They seem to offer different products. And even for the same loan, the interest rates vary from lender to lender. So that's what, and that's where we come in. That's what Liz and I are trying to do, is really educate the public. And then for our customers who are working with us, educate our individual customers and guide them to the right lender, the right product.
Now, Liz, very often, and we've talked about the interest rate and like what the feds are doing in recent times, people tend to use that as a barometer towards, should I actually, pull the string and make this deal happen and actually get a mortgage? But you shouldn't basically say, based on what the interest rate is right now, that's the ultimate decision. There's a lot more information that goes into that.
There's a lot more information, and it's, we've been talking about this for the past 2 shows, but we feel that it's very important now. We were expecting the interest rates to drop a bit more, but it's pretty much stayed stable, at 6.7 right now in terms of the interest rates. But you need to really shop for a lower rate. And, the old days, we used to, when I started real estate, you had to have 20% down as a payment. And now it's changed where you're able to get a 90-10 loan or a 95, 5% down. And then there's also a 97-3, which is 3% down. But of course, on top of these fees that you put down, there's additional costs. But I think what's happening in today's market is, because of the interest rates, your mortgage monthly payment has increased quite a bit. Like if you were able to pay $1,500 or $1,700, now instead of paying those fees due to the interest rates, you're paying $2,400, $2,500, which is out of reach. And on top of that, your qualifications may have dropped based on, because of the monthly payments. But what Gina and I are saying is, be sharp, work with a realtor that'll help you shop for the interest rates. And Gina was just saying that her buyer found a interest rate of 3.8 at one bank. It's an adjustable rate, but that was fixed for a 10-year period. But when you get an interest rate that low, what happens is your monthly payment drops. So I did some comparisons that like a $2,400 payment at 6.78 for, let's say, $350,000 loan. If you got a 4.38% loan or a lower rate, your monthly payment drops to $1,700 something. So again, you can see from $1,700 to $2,400, or if your loan was $450,000, that is about $2,800 for a monthly payment. And if you got a lower rate, you could probably drop that to $2,100.
And like we've said on the show before, the numbers that you're throwing out and the way that you're arriving at them, this is not differential calculus. Anyone can do this. It's basically like simple arithmetic, and you can clearly see when you have a deal that you probably should act upon.
That's right. And it's about shopping. And for you as a layperson running around, sometimes it's overwhelming and inundated with facts and figures. But if you have a good realtor helping you through the process, they can refer you to different banks that have lower interest rates or adjustable rates, and kind of explain, if you did this, this is what your monthly payments will look like. And then after a period of time, you can refinance it. So there's so many obstacles through the process, but a good realtor could help you through the pitfalls and help you through that process.
Now, Gina, my next question is, because you have intimate knowledge of this, case, like you were saying. So if the interest rate is in fact like around 6.2, it's hovering around there, which it is, but that buyer that was just mentioned, got a deal of a adjustable rate mortgage at what, 3.8?
3.75.
3.75. Okay.